By God, this webcam is brutal. Welcome back to Fall Grayson. We're here, live and in living colour. And I forgot to plug the legit one in, but you know what? Let's add a wee bit of class to this, huh? Let's get these bad boys on. Nah, that's not bad. We're talking about the Canadian Grand Prix, brother. Right, anyway, we're here talking about the Canadian Grand Prix. Alright? There's Steve Marshall in the background, huh? Fall Grayson. Didn't know what hit you. Can't believe I've kept that webcam on. That's a disaster. That's no good. But yeah, we're here for the Canadian Grand Prix. What news is there coming into the Canadian Grand Prix? Lance Stroll has, let me get it up here. He's returned. He's returned from his injury, or whatever you want to call it. Not really too sure what it is, to be honest. From Lance Stroll's point of view, guys, just pish. We all know it. Nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't really matter if he didn't appear or if he did. It would be interesting. I say it wouldn't have mattered. You know what? It would actually been interesting to see what would have happened with Valtteri Bottas or Drogovic or something. But obviously, that's out the window. There's just too many wires for me to deal with here. Obviously, that's out the window, so Lance Stroll's back in. I think Aston Martin will do pretty bad this weekend, considering there's a lot of straight line speed dependency at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. You know, there is no two ways about it. In terms of other stuff, well, McLaren are definitely the team to beat. Everyone thought that technical directive would have changed a few things last week or 2 weeks ago, sorry, but obviously that's at the window. We don't even have custom emojis on this channel. There's a wee wave. This wee guy in there as well, face blue smiling, man. Oh, and then this guy, he's green. Game over. Boom. Right. So qualifying. Who's going to get pole position? I think Ferrari, could be good here. They've been good down the straights this season. They're actually pretty good at Monaco, which doesn't really, there's nowhere near straight dependent, right? But I could definitely see a scenario where Ferrari are laying the smackdown this weekend, which might sound a wee bit extreme because are they really going to lay the smackdown? But the fastest car of a straight line will do pretty well at Canada. Canada's also a street track. It does have Monaco tendencies in places, like the hairpin, the first couple of corners, parts of the second sector as well. So it's not a case of this track is just completely straight line speed dependent. But if you were good around Monaco and you're good in a straight line, I would suspect that you would have a pretty decent car around Canada. So for pole position, fuck it, I'm going to go Charles Leclerc. I'm going to go Charles Leclerc to get pole position. In terms of who's like a dark horse around Canada? Williams. I think Williams will be a dark horse around Canada. They're brilliant. They're very efficient at straight line speed. They've had a few I do think Monaco and Spain have not been the best weekends for Williams, especially Spain. Spain was a bit of a disaster, but I fully expect them to pull it back and sort it out. But I'll go with Charles Leclerc to get pole position. As for the race, well, the last time I looked, the weather was supposed to be very wet on Monday, Tuesday, so that can get brought forward or brought back even to Saturday, Sunday. That could be very interesting. But as for the race, top five, fifth, I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton. Fourth, I'm going to go with George Russell. Third, I'm going to go with Oscar Piastri. Second, I'm going to go with Charles Leclerc. And first, I'm going to go with Lando Norris. No Max. No, I think Red Bull will be pretty poor around here. And also, I think Max could lose the head and easily finish outside the top five on the grid. I think Max Verstappen could cause a wee bit of drama here this weekend, and it could be crazy. It could be crazy, man. Guys, one penalty point away from an absolute disaster. No two ways about it. Getting banned for a race. It's one thing than banning Kevin Magnussen. Are they truly going to ban a four-time world champion? Well, the jury is still out on that, my friends. Abso-freaking-lutely it is. Of course it is. So we'll have to wait and see there. But that's where we're going to leave it, guys. That is it for Fall Grayson for your F1 2025 Canadian Grand Prix practice. No, just preview, big man. That's it. I'm sitting here sweating it out. Looking forward to it though. You miss F1 when it's no on, especially in the summer when there's no football. F1, I need to inject it in there. I need to inject it. But sadly for me, it's not happening. No.